Hello, my name is China Bouye. Today I will be telling you about academic performance or API and year round. So that means schools being open year round, how they correlate. So here, Pearson's correlation, we have API year round and some college. We have Pearson's R and the p-value. So API and year round, we see that it's negative 0.475. And then, so as year round increases, the API scores go down. API and some college here. As education increases, API scores also increase. And then we have year round and some college. So that's showing negative 0.189. So as school year round increases, some college decreases slightly. The p-values all are showing less than 0.001, so that shows a significant correlation between test scores, schools open year round, and some college. Here, the correlation plot, we can see API year round and some college. So this just gives a visual of what Pearson's correlation, what we just explained. The flex plot here. So when school is not open year round, there is a steady increase as some college increases. And then when schools are open year round, the slope is steeper, meaning the relationship is stronger. So that's showing here. As some college increases, API also has a significant increase. Here for the linear regression. So model one p-value is less than 0.001. Meaning year-round schooling has a significant effect on API scores, and this explains 22.6% of the student performances. And we can see that here with R squared 0.226 or 22.6%. Model 2 p-value is still less than 0.001. So some college has a significant increase on the API scores, and this explains 25.7% of student performance. And we see that here, 0.257. Model 3 is also the p-value is also less than 0.001. It has a significant correlation. So this explains the interaction between some college and year-round school. So that's about 27.7% of student performance. And we see that here, 0.277. So here we have ANOVA. So the ANOVA shows if each model predicts student performance. The regression increases in each model. This means that some college or amount of college impacts the API or test scores. So we see here regression 1.825, and then model 2 regression 2.072, and then model 3 regression 2.283. So it increases with each model. So the coefficients, so model 2 starts at 1.4.159. And we see that here it's actually negative 1.4.59. So that's about the the points are lower. And then we see, or they start 149.159 points lower. And then both groups will increase by 2.236 points as some college increases. And we see that here. So 2.236 some college in Model 2. Model 3, here, so Model 3 starts 2.4, well, negative 2.48.071 points lower. So the no group increases by 1.409 points, so that's shown here. And then the yes group increases 7.402 points as some college increases. And that is the some college here, 1.409, and then plus the 5.993. So that's where the 7.02 increases comes from. And Model 3 starts lower, but the higher slope of 7.02 increases the scores faster. So this plot here shows that there are some outliers. You can see here and here, but they're not significantly affecting the API score. The QQ plot is showing a small amount of outliers on the high and low end. So here we can see that it's increasing and most of the dots are on the line, but we have a few up here that's off the line and a few down here that's off the line. So for the correlation, as percentage of education increases, API scores also increase. And this shows the different variables that will affect it. So here we have, for example, poverty-related variables show strong negative correlations with API scores. So free or reduced meals, the R is -9. Um, R is -9.0. P is less than 0.001. The English language learners or ELLs, we see number 4. Parent education showed positive correlations with the API score. So college graduate college graduate parents and graduate educated parents. Teacher qualifications were also positively correlated with API scores. Full teaching credentials R is 0.57, P is less than 0.001. So the higher parent education increases the API scores. And this is the correlation plot that shows for each variable. So we have API, meals, English language learners. We can see if there's a negative or positive correlation. Like here, for some college, we can see that it's increasing. So here for ANOVA, we have models 1 through 6. So we can see that the regression significantly predicts the API scores. So here we can see regression 6.550, then it increases to 6.69, 6.750, 6.826, 6.853, 6.876. So these factors explain why scores are higher or lower. And also we look at the P. So the P is less than 0.001. So that means that it's statistically significant. And this here also shows model 1 through 6. Majority of the predictors have significant p-values with less than 0.001. So we see here, majority of them are, or yeah, less than 0.001.